Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Jani, and this is my video number 6. I've been this couple of weeks working really hard in my job in the office. Really stressful days, and I guess because of that stress and you know, the pressure and everything, I haven't been able to sleep very well, so I've been stitching. Not in my regular project, because thanks to you I start a new project and finish it. So I blame Flosstube for this. No, I'm so glad. If you remember in my last video or the one before, I show you some of my fabrics that I hand dyed. And I was telling you that I'm not a big Halloween fan, but apparently I am, because I did a Halloween project. You know, it's my style because it's a Nora Corbett design. So yes, some of you comment that I can use one of the orange fabrics in the series of Nora, the little witches. So I had Minerva, because I really like her. I always like her. All these little witches are really elegant, and you know, like kind of fashion looking, very thin, and you know, very elegant. I really liked it. So I decided to start Minerva. Show you a picture here. And I start her last Sunday, and I finish her yesterday night. So hashtag one Nora Corbett 1 week. I was, you know, when you have this project that you feel really motivated and you have to stitch and stitch and stitch. So I was really overwhelmed in my office, and then at night I, you know, have dinner with the family, and I start to stitch, and yeah, I finished. I really like her. Let me show you. I post some photos in my Instagram, some pictures, and here she is, Minerva. I have all I use all the DMC colors, and I made some changes because I didn't have the mill heels, the beads, so I changed for local beads, and they are really big and irregular, but I guess they give a kind of rustic finish. And I'm also add some change the color of the moon, and add some silver thread. So I don't know if you can see, but it has some filament, so it sparks. But yeah, here she is. I really like her. I was finished her beads and all these details last night, and I guess just when you finish her, you see all the design. It was the moment when I realized, oh, it's really pretty. I love her. And in the fabric, I have a very cloudy day, but it's really orange. The orange are really pop in the pops in the fabric. So against these greens, she looks really special, really pretty. And I changed, of course, the beads, and using some colors that I find can go with the design. All these like berries and part of her dress and everything. And she was really easy to stitch. I made some mistakes, of course, but well, I never really worry about that. I try to make my own design. Just when you mistake one shade of the color or something like that, well, yes, you have to correct that. But I have errors here and errors here. I don't think that's important. I mean, well, the design is really pretty. And I have another witch, but I don't know if I can do it. If you remember, I have the other purple fabric, so perhaps I will do another little witch. So I'm guessing she will look great among my mermaids and fairies. A little witch. I don't know if she's really a witch, but she's a very fancy lady. So so this is my finish of the week. Start this week and finish this week. So yeah. I'm still really stressful, but now I have a finish, so I guess it was a productive stress. And I work also just a few days in morning song, in my whip. Well, today I put it here in these frames, the ones that Danielle talked about. And yeah, here she is with her babies, and I'm still working in the background. I was really, overwhelmed with the background because it's full coverage and I get boring really fast, I guess. But yeah, I'm getting there. I will post a picture of the project from my last video here. So you can tell that I made some progress. So not a lot of work to do, still a lot of work, and because it's full coverage, I get kind of tired. I guess that's why I can find my way with heaven and earth designs, because I find them somehow overwhelming. I mean, I admire all of you who do these designs from heaven and earth, but colors too much to me. I don't know. And I was looking at Minerva again, and yesterday I was watching Jimmy Flosstube video with his brother. Oh, I was laughing so hard, and we know how he will call this one, no? The green. But that was really funny to watch. Okay, so that's what I did this couple of weeks in my whip and with Minerva. And speaking of Minerva and the materials that I use, as I told you, I use local beads. Here in Mexico we call these chaquiras, and you know, they are really cheap, but of course they are really irregular and big in comparison with mill heels or delicas. It has nothing to do one thing with the other, but I'm guessing they give the final work a really special touch, you know, very rustic, and I like it. I'm using this kind of material in one of my chatelaines. Well, actually in two, in Alpine Gardens, Alpine Seasons, and in Medieval Town Mandala. I am using these beads. In Medieval Town, I'm working with a Lugana 25, so it's going to be a big piece. So I'm hoping I don't struggle too much with the irregular sizes of the beads, because I have I'm having the spaces with this Lugana 25. I'm working 2/2, so that give me some space to work on it. I'll insert a picture here of Medieval, and I'm also working in Alpine using this bead, and it's if I remember correctly, is Cashel 28, and also don't have a problem with the beads. I mean, the results are going to be different from Martina design. Some of you comment how I made comparison, and I don't really have a way to do the things, but I'm guessing it's a matter of feeling. I mean, I don't have a problem with the final results being a little different from the original designs. Some of you you have to do exactly as the designer ask, and you are going to have the same results, and that's what you want, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, I have some of my designs, even some of chatelaines, where I use exactly the materials Martina asked, and I'm going to get the same result, well, according to my job now. But yeah, but if I want to change something, or you know, twist a little thing, for me, it's, or for the final results I'm gonna get, it's okay. I guess it's a matter of taste, and it's what makes you feel right. So yeah, that's it. Right now I dyed. I made another fabric, or no, not made another fabric. I dyed another fabric, and for my next project, for Renaissance Mermaid, which I'm waiting for the pattern. I ordered my chart 2 weeks ago, something like that, and hopefully I can get my pattern next week or the week after that. But I'm already having all my materials. This is the new fabric that I dyed because I was to use another piece of Aida, the one that I showed you the last time. I will insert a picture here. But I was thinking that I have this piece of it's Lugana 28. It's in was in color platinum, and I hand dye it. And I say, well, let's make an experiment. I can hand dye this, and if I like it better than the Aida, I will use this. So yeah, I got this fabric, this color, and the intention was to get this kind of antique looking, like this fabric is similar to one of Picture This Plus fabrics. It calls ancient, and it's really pretty. So I was looking something like that, and I dyed this with Farm Girl Mitchell video tutorial, and I put some also. It was like a double process because when I finished dyeing this, I put some coffee and also use bonus tutorial, you know, baking this fabric. So it gets with both process, you get that colors and that kind of spots, you know, like all like an old stone, something like that, like really old piece of material, like in a map. So this is the fabric that I'm intending to use for Renaissance Mermaid, and I was collecting the materials. I will show you in a minute. I'm also dyed some floss. I haven't twisted these pieces, you know, to let them look pretty. I will insert a picture of how you, when you finish, you know, curling or twisted. How they look. And yeah, I was you know, in mermaid mood or style, so I did this green, and I was looking for a blue purple color here, but they don't look really blue, they look purple, but they are really pretty. I don't know what I will do with this, but I was hoping to use this color for the Renaissance, but I find something better. Yeah, this green, I was intent to use it for the for substitute one of the colors in one of the Waterlillies floss threads that was called for Renaissance, but I was looking from alternatives and things, and I went to my local needle store, and I find these pieces of DMC. They are variegated and they are looking really good. I guess they are going to work really good as substitution for the water lilies. This one is not exactly, you know, a match for the color. Well, in the camera you can see that there you are. These are not exactly match for the water lilies. I will post a picture of the original materials that are calling for that design here. But I feel they they will work really good, especially this blue. I mean, I don't have a piece of sorry, I don't have a piece of the water lilies that is called for I'm guessing is 260 or 141. I don't know. I will write the numbers here, but this you know, gives the idea, you know, the blues and the purples, and I'm guessing it will work really good with the fabric. And yeah, and I mean, this floss cost me it was the same price as the normal DMC. So here in Mexico, talking about prices, the cost of the DMC floss is very similar to the price in the United States. I mean, with the currency of peso, dollar. Yeah, with it's almost the same price. So, you know, against the price of the water lilies, it's a good deal. And I'm also get some metallic threads. I know working with DMC, it's really hard, this metallic DMC, so I will, you know, I will make some test, and we'll see what, because I have some chronic that I can use. I have, for example, this color. This is not chronic, is Gutermann, and sometimes I'm using this in one of my projects. You know, it's also really cheap against the cost of the original materials, and so I can substitute. This is another Gutermann, and this spool cost me like $3 each, but there are 50 yards, so it's really cheap. So I'm, you know, combining materials to get that colors that the design asks, and I will use again local beads. These are some of the ones the ones that I'm playing with. I still don't know if I will use it or change some colors, but you know, it's part of the process, so it's really funny, and not funny, it's entertainment. And this blue and this green, and also these ones were the ones that I use in Minerva. So you can see that they're really chunky and irregular, but really pretty. And also for Renaissance, the design asks for 2 crystals, and I get this crystal here in, I don't know if you can see, here in Mexico. There are local crystals. They are also you know, crystals not the same as Mill Hills, but I'm guessing they will look right. And I mean, they were really cheap, like for the 2 pieces were $1. So if they don't work well, I will choose another one. And sometimes for me it's not a problem of the cost. Yeah, well, of course it's a problem, because if I get all the materials that are really expensive, but it's a problem of time. I have to wait a lot, several weeks, so I prefer to start, you know, gathering all the materials here, or if I want to choose another color, I can go right here, or if I finish some of the colors, I can get them here. So that's why sometimes I use conversion, because I'm really impatient. And also for Renaissance, I will use anchor floss, and this is the colors according to the materials that are in you know, in internet, in 1, 2, 3 stitch. So I made a conversion, and these are the colors. So we'll see. So I have to wait for the chart and start her. I was thinking about, I don't know if you're familiar with the design of this lovely mermaid, that she had, you know, a lovely hair, very you know, classic hair, and I was thinking about using some specialty stitches instead of the cross stitch in that part of the hair, you know, using Jessica stitches or road stitches, or you know, diamond stitches, all like a little mosaic in her hair. I don't know, I was thinking about that idea, and I kind of like it. We'll see. Again, I have to wait for the chart, but but yeah, I was thinking, you know, how about using specialty stitches in her hair, and you know, to kind of give that vibe of classic design, or like a mosaic or something like that. I don't know, I have to work that idea. So yeah, that's, sorry, I have to cheers, water. I have to work in that project. That will be interesting, you know, perhaps something good and something cool with result. Oh, let me show you. something. My daughter Daniela, she liked to make this kind of little amigurumi dolls. So she makes me some pieces, and this is a little ship, and the mermaid, of course, because she knows I love my mermaid. So and with her crazy hair, you know, but isn't she adorable? She made me that, and she made me this geisha, and last week she gave me a fox, which is adorable. I love The Little Prince, you know, it's my favorite book, and oh, I adore the fox, you know, with a big tail. Isn't the most precious thing. I cry a little when she gave it to me, and now the fox stay with me and watch my projects. and she gave me a little note with some quote from the book, and I was thinking about it, and how I don't know if you are familiar with the book. I'm guessing yes. In one of the parts, the fox is talking to the little prince, and the fox says, you know, the essential is invisible for the eyes. Only with the heart you can see. So I love that quote, and I was thinking that it's part of what we do. It's part of what we love, because many comments and many of you told me about my wall, and that you love my project, and that we love each other projects, because we see beyond what our eyes are seeing, because we can appreciate the work, we can appreciate the time when you see one of my pieces. You can say how many hours I spend with them, if I make a conversion, if I'm using different materials. If you can see, and we can see beyond what our eyes are seeing, you know, and that's the essential part of what we do, and that is why we love our work so much, and that is why we want to share with our same kind of people, you know, as someone in the video in her Flosstube last week says, you are my people. So you can see what I do, and I can see what you do, and we are our people. And that's so important, and that's part of the reason why we do these videos, so we can see each other, really, not just with our eyes. But I was thinking about that, and I was getting, you know, emotional and everything. But yeah, that's it. I guess in last week or a couple of weeks ago, I post in my Instagram 20 facts about me, something like that. I didn't want to include that in my video because I don't know, there are a lot of things, and for me to start talking about them, and you know, well, you can go to check some of funny facts and something. And in that I was telling you about my love for makeup, and some of you usually comment on my video, oh, I love your cross stitch, but I want to know how you do your makeup and things like that. And yeah, that's something I like very much. I love makeup. I have always been, you know, a little obsessed with it, and I like to do kind of for how do you say, for like Halloween, like costume, and you know, making makeup and a couple a couple in last April I did the makeup for my little sister's wedding, and I painted. I did her makeup and did my other sister's makeup and my mom, and yeah, that's something I really liked too. So, you know, I want to share that with you. I will insert pictures of the wedding, so you can see a little detail. And well, that's it. I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgot the giveaway. Thank you very much for your comments and your participation. I told you in my last video I will end the giveaway until 31 of August, the last date of August. So if you want to participate, you still have this week, and I will announce the winners in the next weekend. So if you want to win that charts, please go back to my video number 5 and leave a comment there. Try not to put the word giveaway, just watch the video, and please be a subscriber so you can see me in future videos or so. And what else I was last week I some of a Spanish girls contact me through a message, to a comment, and invite me to a Spanish Facebook group, you know, to cross stitch group, and ask me if I can go to the group, and of course I said yes. And they are sharing, you know, they are mostly from Spain, and so we are knowing each other, and they ask me, why don't you do videos in Spanish? And I say, well, there are in English not so good, but yeah, it's funny because I started doing these videos in English because, as I said, most of the groups that I follow and the blogs that I've been watching and reading from many years ago are English, and from United States or from England, so Australia. So, you know, I want to share, or to start sharing that with the people that I know, or the, you know, the groups that I get. I was already part of, like Stitch Mania, and so but they say, yeah, that's okay, but you can do it in Spanish. So I guess I will do, I will start doing now videos in Spanish. And I mean, I guess it should be really easy for me, but I'm getting a little, you know, nervous because it's funny. I'm very used to the style that American stitchers have. You know, the projects and the materials and the designs and the style of stitching and the style of working. I'm very much made like the American style. Not so much because I'm, you know, I'm a little rebel and I can change things, and I'm okay changing things, and working on SALs, stitch-alongs. I don't feel really comfortable working on that, so not exactly the same styles as the American style, but I'm more of that side. So I was talking with Maria. I will post her channel here, and we were commenting on you know, in one of my videos, and I watching one of her videos. She has several videos, and she's really dedicated and really structured, have you know, very methodical, and you know, she loves to make heaven and earth designs. And they have the Spanish girls and boys have a very detailed way of stitch, and they are very disciplined. And I feel, you know, a little scared because I don't consider myself really disciplined, but they are really hardworking and really structured, and you know, they're great. I mean, like the Russian stitchers, which I admire so much because they are so you know, work in that special way, you know, very organized, and they took a week or 3 or 4 days to organize their flows, and the methods that they have, they are very, very thorough, you know. And same as the Spanish girl, they like to do the things really well, and they have another mentality. I mean, I find these differences between my style. I mean, everyone's styles is different, and every style is great, and it's great to find that difference in the styles. You know, in Spain, it's not like it's an obligation, but the stitching must have a procedure and a method, and you know, be really, really well made. And I'm not like that. And in the United States, it also has a really very established method, but it's different. You know, it's more free spirit, and we love, for example, we love to, the American girls and boys like to start a lot of projects, and I like to start a lot of projects. I have many whips, and the Spanish girls don't like that. They like to work 1 or 2 projects and finish them and make them great and make them perfect, and they are beautiful, and then start another one. And when they have 2 or 3 or 4, projects that are so overwhelming, and you know, they feel guilty about it, and they say, but I didn't finish this one. You know, and you know, there are little difference in the styles of stitching, and I don't know what I'm talking so much about that. But well, the point is that perhaps I will start making videos in Spanish. So I don't know, I feel a little overwhelmed because we have different styles, and sometimes in the comments you ask me about how I stitch or how I use this, and I feel so, I don't know, I don't have a particular style, I don't have a particular way to do things. I just grab things and do them, and I start to stitch. You know, for example, here in Minerva, I don't worry too much about my back or the back of the stitch. This project is these projects are really easy and well designed. So I will show you the back of the stitch. It's not really good, but I mean, that's okay. And I did the back stitch it's not looking so good in the back of the piece, but this is something that I don't worry too much about it. And some of my pieces are, you know, the back is awful, but that's okay with me, that's fine with me. And the Spanish girl, they have to do it right, because if it's not doing right, if it's not right in the back, it's not right, you know. So I don't know, when they ask me, how do you do the things, or how do you stitch, or how do you do your rotation, or what do you use for your rotation? I don't have a rotation. I do whatever I want, whenever I want, and whenever I have the time. So yeah, I mean, I guess it is part of the style, part of my style. I don't get overwhelmed for things like that. I mean, it's a hobby, it's a passion. We enjoy doing it, and if you don't enjoy doing it, then you are doing something wrong. And you know, the American style is great, it's fantastic, and all of you that American, you're great at it, and you love it. And the Spanish way is fantastic, is so admirable, and all you Spanish girls love it, and you are great at it, and it's fantastic. So it's not, I'm guessing all I want to say is not at least for me, it's not a right way to do the things or a wrong way to do the things. It's the way that you learn and you feel comfortable, and it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect because you feel right with it. And if it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be perfect because you feel right about it. So I don't know. Sorry for all the chatting, but I'm guessing that I was, you know, in the mood for talking. Guys, I forgot something I wanted to show you. I finished, remember the design that I posted in my last video. I finished it as a pinky drum, so I didn't show you, sorry. You can see it's my first project like this. Pinky drum. And yeah, I follow a tutorial. I will let the link below, and was really easy. It's not perfect, of course, but I think she looks kind of washed but it's really pretty. According to the tutorial, you cut this part and put the stuff and I put a little, you know, flower. Yeah, it gets done anyway, but yeah, that's it. And I finish with little crosses here. I use this, the light is really funny. I put some yellow orange fabric, and yeah, that's it. That's my FFO. So hope you like it, and hope you could download the chart. And yeah, if any one of you stitch her, please post a picture and tag me, or you know, put my name in Instagram so I can watch your stitch. So yeah, that's it. We'll see each other next week with the results for the giveaway. Perhaps another finish. No, I don't think so. But we'll see. Have a nice week. Thank you, and bye bye.